Welcome back, class. Today we will look at classifying polynomials. Well, to classify a polynomial, let's look at what a polynomial is. A polynomial is a function that is written in the form a sub n times x to the n plus a sub n minus 1 times x to the n minus 1 plus and so on till we have a naught. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you might ask, what is this? Let's look at an example of what this actually is. Well, a polynomial is f of x equals x squared plus 2x plus 1. Now, we have done this, so we call it a quadratic function. But it is a polynomial. That way, we can classify the polynomial because a polynomial can be classified as many other things. Now, if we look at the polynomial f of x, this function as well, 4x to the fourth power plus 7x cubed minus x squared plus 2x minus 6. That is also a polynomial. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we need to be able to classify this polynomial. Now, a polynomial can be a quadratic. Now, the quadratic that we have been working with, which is where the highest exponent that exists is 2. Okay, the highest exponent is 2. A polynomial also can be cubic, which means the highest exponent is 3. Now, it also can be quartic, highest exponent is 4, and cantic, highest exponent is 5, and so on. When it is 6, we say it is to the 6th degree, 7th degree, and so on and so on, all right? This is how we classify the polynomial to say what it is. Now, make sure you always write the polynomial in standard form. A standard form means it is written in descending order such that the highest exponent is first. An expression that is rational and has one or more variable in the denominator is not a polynomial. What we're talking here, see the standard form that is given, there is no variable as a fraction in the denominator. Let me explain. Let us see what it is we're talking about here. Consider 3x squared plus 7x minus 6 all over 5. That is a polynomial. The reason is, if you look at the denominator, there is no variable there. All right? There's no x in the denominator. Hence, it is a polynomial. Now, let's look at this one, where we have 4x to the 5th power minus 13x plus 2 over x squared. This is not a polynomial. Understand, ladies and gentlemen? Once we have a variable in the denominator, it is not a polynomial. Now, let's say this polynomial is equivalent to the first one that you see. The 3x squared plus 7x minus 6 can be rewritten such that 3/5 is the leading coefficient. The leading coefficient is the number in front of the variable with the highest exponent, plus 7 over 5x minus 6 over 5. This right here is equivalent to the first one. And that is why it is a polynomial. Look again, there is no variable in the denominators. All right, let us determine the degree of a polynomial. The degree of the polynomial is the highest degree that is presented, that is there in the polynomial. Now, let us see what we're talking about. First, strongly, I previously stated, make sure you write the polynomial in descending order such that the highest exponent is first. Here's what I am talking about. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at the example. F of x equals 3x to the 5th power plus 6x to the 4th minus 13x to the 3rd plus x squared plus 17x minus 20. That is a polynomial in standard form where it is in descending order. Make sure that you see all the exponent, it's going down as we write them. Let's look at another example. This also is a standard form such that we have x to the 4th plus 4x squared minus x plus 1. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you notice this, there's no x to the 3rd power. There's no expression with x to the 3rd power. When we start looking at dividing polynomials such as long division or synthetic division, when we have something to that nature, when we have a term missing with an exponent missing, when we put it in order, we're going to have to write it such that it is x to the 4th plus 0x to the 3rd plus 4x squared, and minus x and plus 1. That we're going to have to put the missing term once we hit what we call long division and synthetic division, which we will address once we get there. But make sure you understand how to write things in standard form and how to identify the polynomial. For example, the first one you saw, that is a 5th degree polynomial or cantic. The second one, where it's x to the 4th, that's a quartic or to the 4th degree. Well, take this knowledge and complete your assignments. Thank you.